You're listening to Bro Down Podcast all fucking day. Oh, yeah.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Bro Down Podcast. I'm Tim Fulton.
And I'm Andy Smith. It's cold as fuck in here.
Andy Darth Vader Smith. This is What Do You Got?
What do you got?
What Do You Got? We each come up with a topic that the other guy doesn't know about, spring it on them spontaneously, and force them to talk about it for 10 minutes.
This episode is Tim's topic. So, Tim, what do you got?
We're going to be talking about getting older.
Oh, fuck off.
Happy birthday, Andy.
Not yet, asshole.
But you're getting there.
You asshole.
So we are in this weird age where...
I don't know what age you're in, sir, but I'm not anywhere near that.
You're literally a day away from it.
Nope.
A little denial there.
Continue.
We are in this weird age where older people look at us and goes, those young whippersnappers, they have all the youth to them. And then other people look at us and they're just like, those old assholes.
Yeah, I feel like we're in that age group that no one gives a fuck about.
Yeah.
It's like you're not young enough to be jealous of.
Because we're not old enough to have money and shit
But
like
you're not old enough to be like, all right, everything's good.
We're still in the figuring it out phase.
Yeah, if you try to complain to someone in your 30s, people are like, I don't care about any of your problems.
Yeah, because, like, we're not super poor. We're not, like, early 20s poor. We're not really quite sure where our meal's coming from.
Yeah.
And we don't know, like, how to make rent.
Some of us still eat sardine sandwiches for dinner.
Absolutely disgusting.
No, I know.
I've witnessed it.
I know.
That's by choice.
It's kind of by choice.
It's 100% by choice. You literally look at it and say, I choose to open
Stem
up
cells are
this
expensive.
can of sardines. Cans of sardines. Who does that?
I did spread my wings. I got cans of chicken salad now and tuna.
Okay.
So I'm a little more on the normal scale.
Those I can get behind.
But BJ's did have a coupon for sardines for $1 off. So you're getting some sardines. So continue.
Does that dollar make it feel worth it?
Mm-hmm.
But we're also not so old that people care about, like, our bodies falling apart. Like, my knees hurt all the time.
Yeah,
like, older people are like, fuck you. Like, my knees hurt, my hips hurt, my back hurt.
Yeah, my body's been falling apart since I was 16.
Yeah.
So I actually feel better now than when I did when I was like 18 or 19.
Yeah.
So
you're a little different.
It's almost like I feel younger.
That's so funny.
Which is weird. Because I look around, everyone's like, oh, and I'm like, how does it feel? Like, I feel better now than I did. I still feel like pretty shitty. But at the same time, it's way better than I was feeling.
Yeah,
so,
you were in, like, constant pain.
Yeah. I was.
Like, that's a different level.
Different level of pain.
I'm talking about, like, you sit down and, like, your knees creak and you're like, ooh, that's not right. You were like, I can't stand up any longer because it hurts.
Yeah, I can't do nothing. Yeah. I had the problems of like 110-year-old Civil War vet.
I can't stand because it hurts.
Yeah.
I can't sit because it hurts.
I got gangrene from a musket wound. Like, yeah. So getting older. What specifically about getting older? Just in general?
Just in general. It's so depressing.
What feels weird? Does anything feel weird that you do now, that you still do, that you did when you were a kid, that feels weird because you're older?
Oh, 100%. I mean, there could be like 1,000 examples. Going over a friend's house, right? I feel like a child when I say that. Like, what kind of plans do you have? Oh, I'm going over a friend's house.
I don't feel weird about any of that, but I grew up in a very strange household. I did. I don't ever feel weird about that stuff because I grew up with like my dad was like a big kid. Yeah. My mom's like cool as hell.
Yeah.
So I always remember being like, I don't want to turn into one of those like adults. Yeah. And like, I think I'm doing a pretty good job because I get yelled at a lot.
You're managing that.
Because I get yelled at a lot. But yeah, I think there is something to be said about when you put yourself mentally at an age as opposed to just feeling how you feel.
A buddy of mine on Facebook just posted the other day. He was like, or it was earlier today. He's like, I'm so glad that I have matured within the past 10 years. Now, excuse me, my Pokemon just arrived.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like, no, that's awesome. Though.
Like when people say like, "Oh, we can't do that anymore. We're in our blanks." It's like, who gives a fuck? Do you want to do it? Then fucking do it. Short of like going out and like doing shit like trying new drugs with random people, like stuff that you do that's like
what kind
stupid.
of youth did you have?
Yeah, no, but like stupid shit. Like if you can't let a bar fight go and like you're getting arrested kind of stuff on like a regular basis, it's like, yeah, you probably should have learned a couple lessons along the way. But as far as stuff that you enjoy that's not hurting anyone, who gives a fuck how old you are?
You ever do high school parties?
What's that?
You just gather whatever random pieces of alcohol you can, and that's your party.
That's how I drink every time I drink.
Yeah, but you have good shit here. I'm talking like...
Yeah, sometimes.
That's true.
One time I went from gin to Jack or something. I forget what it was.
Our viewer has a good point. How about going to bars now and you look around and everyone is younger than you?
See, it's weird because I grew up in bars.
Okay.
Like
bounced.
Yeah, I grew up in bars. I was in bars every weekend from the age of 18 to like 25 every weekend.
Okay.
And
did you bounce when you were 18?
Yeah, I started like immediately when I think I actually started when I was 17. I think the first time I bounced I might have been 17. I'm not sure. But it was I was always in there, and I don't think like people always kind of look young to me.
Okay.
Cuz like I always had older friends.
Okay.
So they definitely look a lot younger, because sometimes I look at someone, I'm like, how fucking old is he? He's definitely not allowed in here. It's like, oh, he's 23. Like he didn't shave at all. Like it's just weird.
I've been fooled before. I worked at a liquor store for years, and I remember I would literally being paid to judge how old people are.
Yeah.
Right. And there was a time that I looked at one guy, I'm like, he's good. And he throws down his license all excited like, and he had just turned 21. And I'm like, sir, you are like 40.
Yeah.
How have you not been getting away with this entire time?
Yeah, I've always looked 30.
Yeah, you have.
It's weird because I think I look 30 now, like maybe a little older depending, I don't know. But when I was 20, I looked 30. I always look 30. So like when I would be bouncing, the guys would be like, "Oh, let's go to the bar afterwards." Like when I was 18 years old. And, like, I'd always say no. And then the one time, this kid, Jerry, was like, dude, what the fuck, man? Like, why do you never want to hang out with us? Like, you always ask you to come over to Shannon Rose, and you never want to go. I'm like, dude, I'm 18. I can't get in. He's like, you're 18? I'm like, yeah. He's like, hold up. And he just, like, runs to somebody else, and he's like, how old is he? He's like, Shane's like, he's like 18. He's like, dude, I thought you were, like, older than me. I'm like, how old are you? He's like, 30. I'm like, you fucking asshole.
Well, now
what the fuck?
Now I want to drink.
Yeah, but I don't know. Getting older, there's not a lot different about it.
I mean, I get depressed about it, but not in
healthy
way.
I try not to think about it. But what gets me bummed out is when people like. If people constantly harp on it and they like remind themselves that they're older, I'm like, well, of course you're going to feel like shit if you look at it that way.
You can't do that. But I will say on my 30th birthday, I took that hard. Like to the point where my coworkers were like, are you all right?
Really?
Oh, when I turned 30, I was like severely depressed. I don't know what it was about changing numbers like that. I'm really nervous about turning 40 one day.
Yeah, well, when you go to say I'm 30. Yeah, you got to put a different number in front of it. Yeah, I feel like 40 is going to be fucking
that
depression city. I feel like that one we're going to move into a little village of depression.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Probably still be here.
Honestly, dude, as long as my body feels good and I have like if I have like a young outlook on shit, like I'm pretty silly for fucking the kind of person I am.
You gotta stay young at heart.
Yeah, but as long as my body feels fine, I'm content. Like I don't that shit doesn't bother me.
That's fair.
But when my body breaks down, that's when I'm like, I got another how many years of this? Like, well, we might be getting the check early.
I don't know if you want to do that countdown.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. No, but I'm just saying, like when you're in
Can we wrap this up?
Come on. Yeah. But that's how you feel. Like when you're all fucked up like that. Yeah.
I lay down, my back hurts. I stand up, my knees hurt.
Yeah. But it is more important. I think it's more important to keep on top of that shit the older that you get. I mean, they always heard that growing up, like, oh, it's harder to get in shape and blah, blah, when you're older.
It's true.
It is. But it's like, well, yeah, like your 20s and everything is when you're supposed to figure that shit out. And then you got to maintain that shit when you're older. Like, so just maintain it. Know that it's harder.
Go get your oil changed.
Tighten down the bolts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get your brake pads every now and then. All that good shit.
Yeah. Definitely going to be going on any drugs that they have.
For I can't wait for youth shit.
Yeah. Like, I've been dying to try TRT.
The fuck is TRT?
Testosterone replacement therapy.
Oh.
Yeah. It's basically steroids. Yeah. That's all it is.
So you're basically saying I can't wait to go on steroids.
Yeah, it's basically steroids, but what they do is it's like they bring your testosterone level to like a normal or slightly elevated in the normal range amount.
Okay.
Unless your doctor's like really cool and then he gives you like Mr. Olympia level amounts. But it's basically for like, because when you get older, your test naturally drops.
Yeah.
So they basically just give it to you more. So, but it doesn't just help with like the gym, like, you know, tissue repair, all that stuff. But it also helps like your mood, your energy levels and all shit like that. And there's such a bad stigma on it. I just don't know a doctor. Like if I had a doctor, I'd already be there. I just don't know a doctor. So
I'm sure we can find one or two.
Yeah.
Do we have a doctor in the audience?
Yeah, I would be anything that can do that, like make you feel younger, your body feel better, I'm all about. As long as it's not like some kind of shit that like fucks up something else.
I'll let you try all the experimental shit first.
I already have been. Yeah.
I see stem cells in my future. I just don't need them yet.
Yeah. But I'm super skeptical about going like black market with shit or like stuff that you buy over the counter.
You know what? We're at such a weird day and age where you don't have to do that yet. Cool shit is going to come out within our lifetime. That makes our quality of life so much better, medically speaking.
Yeah, but like if you're looking for like TRT, if you don't want to take steroids because like you don't know anyone that can get them, or you're afraid of needles, or you just don't want to do that kind of crazy shit.
Yeah.
Like, what do you do if there's no doctor that can give it to you? You have to go the legal route, which is over the counter. But from everything I know of it, that shit's way worse for you. Like natural test boosters.
Yeah.
Because they're just throwing, like, it's almost like, all right, we need this result. This is the healthy way to do it. But it's a lot of illegal stuff in there. We can't use it. So what's legal that we can just combine to get to that level, like to make your test levels go up? It's like, well, we got this, and this, but this fucks up your endocrine system, and this is not good for your liver, and this is horrible for your kidneys. It's like, is it legal? And they're like, yeah. They're like, well, then put it in a pill and sell it to those fucking dumbasses.
Well, that's why I would try, A, make you go first, and B...
Well, that's why I never take over-the-counter any supplements besides, like, protein and stuff. Yeah, like, I won't take pre-workouts or anything like that.
Really?
Nope. Huh. Partly, the main reason is because I took them once or twice when I was, like, when they first came out, like, when Super Pump 250 came out.
Yeah.
I remember it was, like, take 3 scoops. And I took a half a scoop, and my hands were shaking.
I remember having that happen to me once.
Yeah, I'm like, who the fuck takes 3 scoops? What do you have to, like, fucking hit a rail? And so I was like, all right. But then after, like, usually they tell you to, like, cycle it. So after, like, 3 weeks, I stopped taking it because it told you to stop taking it. And I just remember being like, I don't want to go to the gym. I don't want to go to the gym. And I was like, fuck that. Like, what, I'm only going to want to go to the gym once every other month?
Yeah.
Fuck that. So then I was like, and everyone I know that takes it goes through the same thing. You're like, oh, I didn't have my pre-workout. I got a shitty workout. Well, maybe you should stop taking pre-workout then.
Yeah.
And just get jacked up by yourself. Like, throw some music on. Find your fucking happy place.
People have been doing it for years.
I know.
You can manage to do
I'm not saying there's not a place for it. It's like coffee. You got to balance it out, which I'm still trying to figure out how to do with coffee. But you know what I'm saying, though, with that.
We had the coffee discussion.
Yeah. We drink way too much coffee.
We do drink way too much coffee.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay.
So, yeah, any other thoughts on getting older? Yes. No knock warrant, cream and sugar. Second, fuck you. Fuck you.
Cream and
I want you to write your explanation why that's better.
You need
not just different, better.
A 2-page paper, double spaced, All right. I think that about wraps it up for.
I want a goddamn answer. I want the truth.
We're getting the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
See,
he drinks it black because he's a fucking man. We're all pussies.
you don't even drink it.
We're all
black.
pussies. I'm saying I like creamer.
I do like creamer. Too.
It's good.
So it's like a fucking dessert.
Drinking cake.
It's like drinking your cake, and having it too. So that about wraps us up for getting older. All you people, tell us what you think about getting older. Also, in the comments, let us know what kind of content you want to see up there. Some topics for us, because we run dry sometimes. And we always use a little boost.
We're horrible at writing shit down. We come up with a lot of them during the week, but we're lazy with writing them down. So
you write it down for us.
Yeah. Just let us know, like and subscribe, and shout out to No Knock Warrant for tuning in to us today.
We will see you guys next time.
You're listening to Bro Down Podcast all fucking day. Oh,